Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Diz Collections. I'm going to quickly, because there's not that many to get through, show you through my humble 3DS collection. And I say humble because I do love the system, but I don't actually own that many games for it. So I'm just going to talk you through the actual physical games that I own. And there's no real surprises here, no hidden gems. They're all quite well-known titles and probably titles that most 3DS owners have. So just going to show you through and then see what you think in that. So I'm going to start with Super Street Fighter 4 3D edition, which is actually incredibly good for a 3DS title, for the power of the 3DS. They've managed to put it down to play on the 3DS really well. I think the selling point at the time, so I think this might have been a launch title actually, was the 3D effect on it, and although it's good, I personally, like a lot of gamers, don't really use the 3D elements of the 3DS at all. It's just how it is. But yeah, graphically and playability wise, it plays very similar to the full console versions, and there's a whole array of characters that are from the Super Street Fighter 4 edition. All the modes, as far as I can tell, online mode and everything. It's really cheap right now as well. If you want portable fighting on the go, I know Dead or Alive's not too bad on the 3DS, but you can't really go wrong with this. So yeah, pick it up because especially with the online mode, still enough people playing it. Definitely, probably, I'd say the best fighter on the 3DS. New Super Mario Bros. 2. One of the main reasons I bought a 3DS, I was delaying it for a while because of obviously the initial big price and everything, but when the price drop came in, and the fact that this came out, because I just feel obliged to own all the Super Mario Bros. Platformer games, and at this stage I've had the first one on the DS of this, the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and new Super Mario Bros. Wii as well. So I got this, and it's more of the same. It's almost impossible to lose all your lives just because of the sheer amount of coins that there are to get in this game. I think they're even advertising this as a major thing, is coin collecting is a big part of it. They wanted to aim for 1 million coins between all the players on the game, but I think they've blitzed that quite easily. It's fun, it's perfectly playable, it's not bringing anything new to the table. There's a few cool elements that reference Super Mario Bros. 3 a little bit, which I like, with the Tanuki, with the leaf and everything. Me and my friend Nero, who you should check out on Twitch online, Nero TNC, who's streaming most days these days. Me and him did a nice 2-player stream of this a couple of years back, and we didn't quite get to to finish it, although I think my game save, if it was my cartridge or it was his, I'm not sure, but it's probably still on there. We had a lot of fun playing 2-player this and broadcasting that out to the world. It's an enjoyable game to watch people play, and obviously handheld 2-player mode on this, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people are going to own this, but I feel it's just something that you need in your collection anyway. Pokemon X, which was actually my comeback to Pokemon after quite a big gap. I really love the original series, so Pokemon Blue I owned, and I owned Pokemon Silver, both on the Game Boy. It was my Game Boy Color at the time. Then I didn't play a Pokemon game properly until Heart Gold came out on the DS, which is obviously a remake of Gold and Silver, so I was familiar with the map and everything. And then so I missed out on sort of series, what do they call them? Editions, whatever they are, so sort of 3, 4 and 5, until the 3DS one came out in Pokemon X, which kind of rebooted it a little bit. I feel, they added so much to the games in the build up to this and kind of simplified it a little bit for this version, but it's almost fully 3D now. I really enjoyed this. I believe they're probably going to stick with this game engine for the new Pokemon games coming out this fall. I know they did for Ruby and Sapphire, the remakes they did for the 3DS like a year or so after this. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing through Pokemon X. I was all about just doing, not collecting them all or catching them all. It was about just completing the main game, beating the main gyms and everything. So that I've done. Not fussed about collecting them all, just was really impressed, you know, just want to get one great squad together, a Pokemon to be able to battle. The online elements are great for this, but I really haven't delved too much into it. I'm not too fussed by the online battles. That's just me. I'm old school like that. But yes, great Pokemon game. These games hold their price X and Y. You're still going to pay £35. I'm guessing probably about $40 for these, brand new. But you don't want to get rid of them. So, Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. This is sort of a spiritual successor to a Link. Sorry, which one is it? For the SNES, yes. A Link to the Past. Sorry, there's too many links in this. And I've always loved that SNES game. So when they released this, which has the same kind of overworld map, obviously with new dungeons and everything, I was so excited to play it. I actually got it soon after the release, but really held off playing it until I had a solid period to play it. So I actually played it on holiday when me and my fiance went away last year. She was going through the books, you know, reading a lot and sitting in the sun. So I thought, what a better time to proper chill out in some good weather and play some hardcore Zelda. So I put a lot of hours into that. Still yet to complete it. I'd need to sort of dive back in again, but it's one of them things where if you stay away too long, you might want to start over. And a game like this, I'm happy to start over. Beautiful music, great graphics, great puzzles. I love it. The 2D style Zeldas have always been my favourite. 3D Zelda, I can appreciate why people love the series so much. It's really not for me. I like the handheld stuff, and I love this old SNES game. So I actually owned the SNES one when it got remade again on the Game Boy Advance, because it was just great to have it in portable form. So really great game. This is actually part of Nintendo Select series in the UK now, so you can pick it up for like under £15. A game that's showing right now, which I think this is a playthrough I found on YouTube. But Super Mario 3D World. It's one of the titles I picked up when I got my 3DS. Great game. It's kind of it's a 3D Mario, but you pass semi-limited to kind of old school 2D Mario style, so it's a bit of a mix and match. I'm still yet to own Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U, so this was obviously a prequel to that, really, I guess. But it's great playability, a lot of fun, some cool costumes and stuff. Level design's brilliant, and it's a really long game actually. You think you're close to finish and then you've got a lot more to do. So really good 3D platform. I think it's a little bit overlooked. I think people will look back on this game. I mean, the reviews were good and all, but I think people look back on this game in a few years' time and go, yeah, that was a really good title. So really good platformer. Like I say, I'm bigger on the 2D Mario platforming games. You know, I do love Mario 64 and whatnot, but yeah, definitely own that in your collection. Okay, Madden Football for the 3DS. Basically a John Madden NFL 2K, whatever you want to call it. This, again, I think was close to a launch title. I really picked this up because it was really cheap, and I've got a few friends into American football, and I kind of wanted to teach myself in a fun way. Which hasn't been that successful, to be honest. The game's great, but it's very playable, and I know the basics in American football, so I know how to play the basic, and I know what I need to do, but I haven't spent enough time on it to really get involved in the plays and everything like that. So very playable. Not that EA really support Nintendo consoles much anymore, but very playable game. If you like American football, it's worth owning because it's the only real American football game on the 3DS that I can think of. Obviously the roster's back from about 2011 time now, so a bit out of date, but it is what it is. Luigis Mansion 2. Great game. If you ever played the GameCube original, this is, you're really looking out for this. I think people are wanting one for sort of the Wii U or the NX when it comes out, another Luigi's Mansion. It's a long time coming, very similar style to the one on the GameCube, which I didn't actually own back in the day. But it's fun, it's a little bit fiendish. So again, it's some sort of cool puzzles in there, but it's definitely a game that you really want to own in your collection. You can see I'm getting really into the Mario stuff, so that's nothing new there. But yeah, definitely worth having that. Reviews are great, and yeah, pick that up. Pro Evo 2012. I picked this up mainly because again it was cheap, and obviously FIFA for the most part is overridden Pro Evo games in the last sort of 5 years or so. But these ones on the 3DS, they play a lot like the PS2 series did during its peak of the mid-noughties, and they were great football games, and I have great memories of playing them. So the engine's basically like the old PS2 version. It plays just like it, but with obviously a slightly more recent roster. 2012, not so much, but you know, more so than 2005 anyway. And they play a lot like I say, they play a lot like it, so it's good, more of a throwback for me to own this. I've actually spent a fair bit of time playing this, because I think the real Tottenham team are actually on here as opposed to North East London as they used to be called in some of the games. But yeah, it's annoying for me because I know a lot of the more recent ones of this, 2013 and 14 at least, were released worldwide on the 3DS, but not in Europe, or at least not in the UK, so I've not been able to pick up any more of the recent titles. I'm guessing the engine's still the same, they've just got updated stats and rosters, but I would have probably picked up a newer one, even with the limited extras, but 3DS isn't region free, so I can't be multi-region, so I can't be going around picking it up because it'd be useless to me. Finally, another game most people are going to own in their 3DS collection is Mario Kart 7. Mixed to good reviews for this, a lot of people got it. I love it, I absolutely love it. I think it's, I'd still go back to this, and I love Mario Kart 8. A lot of fun playing this online, again with my boy Nero, who used to stream this a lot, and would play some random people and whatnot, so it was always good to communicate while you're playing online. Yeah, great track design, good use of the flying vehicles and stuff now, and underwater bits and whatnot, and great graphics for 3DS. I thought. I think again this has sold well. Nintendo are happy with sales, but reviews weren't brilliant. But I think it plays well, it controls well. It's one of my favourites in the Mario Kart series, and that's saying a lot really, because you know, some great titles amongst them. And yeah, you can still play that online, still popular. A lot of people are still playing it. And a lot more people own a 3DS than a Wii U, so this game's obviously sold a lot. But that's it for my physical collection. There's no particular real deep games in there, apart from Zelda maybe. Mainly because with portable gaming, you know, I'll get the claw quite easily, so you know, it's hard for me to spend too long playing sort of portable gaming. But it's just it's a great console. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's so cheap to buy in any of its forms now, the 2DS or the original 3DS. New 3DS is still quite pricey, don't offer a lot more, but if you're still on the fence about picking one up, the back catalogue's huge. You can play all your old DS games as well. I don't need to sell it through you anymore. I mean, it's the 3DS, it's been out for 5 years. You know, if you're watching this video, you probably own one. So yeah, thanks for watching. I think, you know, go play your 3DS for a bit. I probably will as well now I've got the games out, why not? Cheers again, take care.